Today, I'm sharing how I track my inventory. My name is Laura and I'm the owner of Oak Street Exchange. The main part of my business is having a booth at an antique store. And one of the most important things about having a booth is tracking your inventory. So I'm gonna share all of the details about how I track my inventory and let you copy my spreadsheet. First of all, I use Google Sheets to track my inventory. I love the flexibility because I can just add columns and insert information and do calculations right in the spreadsheet. Also, because it's Google, I can look it up on my computer or on my phone if I'm at the store. I'm gonna run through the full spreadsheet and then show you where you can get a copy. The first column is just an item number. I keep this in the order that I've purchased the items. That way I can keep track of how long I've had something. The second column is the item name, and I do make sure that this matches the name on the tag so that I can keep track of that item. The third column might be the most important. You have to keep track of how much you spend on each item. And then I add a column for sales tax. Usually when I put the cost, that's the actual cost of the sticker. I can take this out if I buy something like at a garage sale, but I make sure to add in the sales tax so that I don't forget that cost to me. And then I have a column for materials. This is a great spot if you have to add in paint or sandpaper for furniture. The other day I replaced the plug on a fan. That's definitely something that you want to add into the materials because you don't want to forget about those costs to your business. I also like to keep track of the location. I like to visit so many different places on a regular basis. Keeping track of where I find things and then how they sell is a really good detail for me because then I can start focusing on places where I'm actually finding stuff that turns in my store. You'll notice here that the garage sale items did really well in my booth. Next summer, I'm definitely gonna be hitting up more garage sales. And then right away, when I'm adding an item to my spreadsheet, I fill in the price. That item isn't necessarily going to my store right away, but I wanna make sure I fill in that price because usually when I purchase an item, that's when I do most of the research and I make sure that I can sell it for a better price. So I already have that sales price in mind and I don't wanna have to do that research all again to find that number. So I write it down to make sure that when I go back to make the tag for the item, I already have the price. It also gives me a little more confidence because if I do think the price is too high or too low, I can look it up again. And that way I can change or validate that price. I do have a column here for percent increase. The rule of thumb that I have learned from all of my research is that you're trying to get 2 or 3 times the price that you pay for something. This percent increase, I try to keep between 75 and 85%. On a more expensive item, sometimes that percent is lower, and on a less expensive item, sometimes it's higher. But at least I have that kind of as a safe measure for me. Being that I'm new to this business, I just want to make sure that that's within a comfortable range, and I always want to make sure that I'm not losing money. And speaking of that, I also have a column for fees. My antique booth takes out 10% of my sales and then requires the sellers to pay for credit card payments. So I add in here 10% for the sale and then 3% for that credit card fee. I put it on every item, just assuming that they're going to use a credit card. It has held true that 90% of the sales have been credit card. So it's important to add that in and just not accept that it's a fee later on. So that is everything that I can get done before I even take an item to the booth. My antique store offers a service where I can actually sign up and then go online and see sales in real time. I pay $5 extra per month so that I can have access to that, and I really enjoy being able to see what sold. It also helps me know if I need to go visit the store sooner than I expected. One time I sold a big painting and I wanted to get to the store and kind of fill that space. So it's really neat to see that in real time. If I did not sign up for that service, I do get a sheet at the end of the month that lists everything that sold. This name is the name that I wrote on the tag, which is why it's so important to keep a good record of that. And then it also includes the price that it sold. If it sold at a discount, this is in November, and in November they ran a 10% off sale. So some of the items did sell at a discount. And then it has the net price and then the mode of payment. So you can see that 90% of them are credit card, there's cash, gift card, and some checks on there. So either in real time when I check the website or with this list, you're gonna go back into the spreadsheet and write down the date that something sold. The reason why I like this is because I can actually sort these columns, and then I can sort everything that sold in November. And I can see how much I paid for those items, what my percent profit was for that month. All of those things can be sorted really easily as long as you add the date. Also, when something sells, I add the price that it sold for because there is an opportunity for discounts. I want to use the actual sale price. I also might have marked something down and not made a note of that in my spreadsheet, so I want to put the price that it actually sold for. And then my expenses column is that final expense. This is just accounting for all of those expenses. And then the final column is profit, and that's just the sales minus the expenses. The best part about using a spreadsheet is you really can sort by any column. So you can sort by your most profitable, your percent profit. You can do all of your sales so that you can add all of those up really quick. I enjoy having that item number on the left because then you can always sort it back to the order in which you purchased the item. And then probably my favorite feature of the spreadsheet is that you can actually search for items within it. And all you need to do is hold down the Command key and hit F. That's the shortcut for find. And then you just type in the name of the item that you're looking for. And I typed in teal lantern, and it looks like I have 2 of them, but it takes you right to that line. But right away, I know it sold on October 6th. I only paid $1 for it, which is awesome. I had some fees associated with the store, and I sold it for $10. I've had my store for 3 months, and I really enjoy using this spreadsheet to track my inventory. First of all, it's free, so that's a big help, and I'm able to add anything that I want. So you'll have to let me know in the comments if there's anything else you think I should be keeping track of and what other columns I should add to my spreadsheet. What I did to share this with you is I made a separate spreadsheet, and I'm gonna put the link in the description. You won't be able to make any changes in this specific spreadsheet. What you'll need to do is start a new spreadsheet, highlight everything, copy and paste it into your own. That way you can make any changes that you need. You can add columns, take things away, change equations, or use it exactly how it is. This has been a really good starting point for me, and it's nice to use something that doesn't require buying software. So far, it's worked out really well. But that is really all I have to share today. Before you go, make sure you take a second to subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Juniper wanted to say hi this morning. Do you like the idea of tracking inventory? This week we're gonna do a Juniper day in the life. So you're gonna get a whole video about Juniper. You'll have to let us know what part you're looking forward to so that we don't skip it.